weird 24 hours. Hey, 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 how's it going? Give me a second here. All right, I'm going to start this live off by saying smash those thumbs up because even if you don't see the dislikes, they're still showing up on the other end. And I have really ticked somebody off. Good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing today? Today's tea. Now, I'm going to tell you all about how things have shifted because of the power outage. Obviously, we're back online and we're back with power. Hey, Seashell! Aloha! I haven't done it yet. Today's tea, I'm not that fussy on it, but it's not nasty. It's just not as wonderful as the other ones I've tasted. This is ginseng matcha green. Awaken your senses with a zip of red ginseng and pure green matcha. Is there no sound again? Is there no sound? Is that better? Tell me if that's better, please. Well, it's okay. There's two little things on the end of my phone. One's a grid and one's a hole, and I'm never sure which one's the microphone. You know what I mean? Excellent, excellent. Hey, hey, hey. Wow. Let me say hi to everybody. If you have had a comment, your name will show up. If you've commented, your name will show up in the participants list. And in alphabetical order, it's good morning, Avonlea Ann, Barbara Webb, Aloha Seashell, Celeste Autocure, Hot Child in the City, Christina, Edie, how are you feeling, darling? Becky, Gma, Kim Solomon, Samoa, Mary Cook, Natasha B, Sherry Leach, Sherry S, Simply Jessica, Teasers Pleasers, Timothy Williams, if this goes on much longer, I'm not going to be able to do this anymore. Timothy Williams, Chaos in Willow's Garden. Now, I just have to share this on a couple of private messengers, on a couple of private messages, because let me just go over to Facebook for a second, because there's some people, for some reason, okay, I don't see Malka, so I have to tell Malka. Okay, where is today's tea break? Did I not share it on Facebook? Oh, yeah, it's just a blank picture, right? Okay, give me a second here, folks, because, like, I just literally rolled out of bed at what time is it? I just literally rolled out of bed at 11:15. It was a weird night. Okay, there. Angie. And hang on a second. There we go. There we go. All right. So today's tea, in case you didn't hear me, is ginseng matcha green. Awaken your senses with a zip of red ginseng and pure green matcha. Well, I hope it puts some zip in my butt. Well, okay. Let me rephrase that. I hope it gives me some energy. My butt, we're not going to talk about. It's the reason I'm having a hard time sitting, and it's a reason I had a hard time sleeping last night. Just to let you know. Oh, I got to take it off of, put it back on the chat because I can't see what anybody's saying. All right, let's pop this chat out and bring it on over. Yeah. Hey, Hope, Skippy Jones, Jacqueline Green, Ninja. Hey. So, as you know, no, that's not what's happening. It's not what's happening. I would actually be grateful if it cleaned me out. It's a hemorrhoid problem. And they are internal. They're not external. They're internal. And it can feel like you have a pine cone stuffed up there when you sit. That's what it feels like. Hey, Mocha, you made it. Excellent. Happy y'all have power. Finally, yes. Howie slept out. Oh, God, it was comical. He plugged the generator in. And I have an oil lamp and I have lots of candles and we have firewood. We would have been fine, but we were bored. because, we wanted to watch TV and stuff. So um, we plugged in, I told you guys this, we plugged in the Wi-Fi box, we plugged in the receiver that's outside for our Wi-Fi, and we plugged in our TV. And there was one other thing we plugged in the fridge. Our freezers were fine because they're out in the porch where it's cold, and as long as we didn't open them, they'd be fine. Um, yeah, yeah. So, and I'm sorry, but I've never been so excited to see the last preparation H suppository in my friggin' medicine cabinet. And it's funny, I can't use the prescription ones. They gave me prescription ones once because they were really bad. And it turned out that they burned and itched worse. They made it burn and itch worse. So, nope, not happening. So I have a whole box of them, but I just won't use them. So the Christmas wreath has been started on the wall. Now, my house right now, guys, is an absolute disaster. Why? Because what's today? Today's Monday. So Saturday, we just got, I just got things organized, and I was going to go through with a dust and a broom and a mop. And then the power went out. We'd had it organized, and then yesterday we were going to finish everything, right? But the power went out when I was doing a live stream that night. I was going to do it yesterday. Couldn't do a damn thing yesterday. We had no power all day. So we watched TV, and I swept the pantry, and thank God we had leftover spaghetti and sauce, because we just had to heat that up on the wood stove and that. And we had this is something because we no longer have solar panels, and our generator is not strong enough to run the well pump. Okay. We keep 2 5-gallon bottles of water in our pantry. We now have to replace them. Hey, Danoof! How's it going? You are the highlight of my day up here in Bear Country. Cell phone and internet service sucks up here. So when I do receive a message that you're on, I'm like a little girl on Christmas morning. Oh, well, thank you, sweetheart. Bev, housework is never ending. It's a challenge. I'm not just talking about plain everyday housework. I'm talking about getting things Christmas ready. And in the old days, that used to mean stripping the house down from top to bottom, rolling up rugs, changing couch covers, vacuuming, washing floors, dusting, washing, picture frames, the whole 9 yards to get it ready for the tree. I just haven't been able to do that this year. I managed to get a $45 turkey for $23 and being gifted another this week. Oh, that's wonderful news. That's wonderful. I haven't decided what we're having for Christmas dinner. It might be a stuffed chicken. It might be a roast beef. It might be, I don't know, but I ain't paying $45 for a friggin' turkey. I can tell you what. Do you know what? Evan, I get it. Yeah. We used to say, Bev, when the kids were smaller, we had a very small house in Colborne, Ontario, and Howie used to tease people. People walk in like June every year and go, "Did you paint?" It's like, yeah, my wife doesn't spring clean; she spring paints. Right? My house, all my walls would get a new indoor coat of paint every year, almost every year, every other year. Howie used to joke about it. I'm alone. I was thinking of roast chicken. Ooh. Hey, Willow. Oh, we are having ham for Christmas. Well, I haven't seen really any turkeys on sale, so I'm not going to worry about it. Can you believe that we're less than 2 weeks to Christmas? We're 11 days from Christmas Eve. And Briar phoned me last night. Can you take me to town tomorrow? So I phoned him when I got up and said, no, I'm not going anywhere today. And he said, I didn't think so. He said, the power's was out for over 24 hours. I imagine you're rolling up extension cords and because if you think about this, the generator goes out on our front porch, and then the big heavy extension cord comes in the house, and we put on, and everything that gets plugged in pull, you know what I mean? We had to charge our phones. Well, I charged my other phone and my tablet just in case it wasn't back on today. But let me tell you something about positivity. I decided to make a couple of sides and some nice pork medallions for Christmas supper. Oh, that sounds lovely. Rabbit. Oh, I would love a rabbit. I wonder I bet you there's someone around here I could buy one from. Yes, Howie hunts, and we don't have fall turkey hunts here. There was a time when the turkey populate. I dreamt of a turkey. I dreamt I saw two turkeys in my front yard, and a guy came through the bush with a rifle on his a shotgun on his arm. And I was just about to go outside and say, "What are you doing on my property?" And my alarm went off. Small turkey regular price now has gone up $50. Well, that's because they think they got us by the short and curlies. And I'm going to tell you, make a new tradition. Find something else to have for Christmas dinner. Just let them do what they want to us. Why? Because we'll just find another way, won't we? I love animals too much to eat rabbit. I'd go vegan if I could. Well, I mean, I love animals too. Right next to the potatoes and gravy. No, I'm just kidding. But that's true too. But I love animals. Malka, did you never watch my homestead channel? Did you never see how much I loved my animals? You know? And when they died because of something I couldn't control, it was heartbreaking. Like when I lost my goats because it was like over 40 below, less than 40 below zero. And they just couldn't eat enough hay and grain to keep the weight on. They just froze to death in my barn of all places, you know, and we lost our beehive that year. And that was absolutely heartbreaking for us. But make no mistake, whenever an animal came on my property, that was going to be, was going to share itself or was going to be food in the outcome or production for food, they were treated with love, dignity, and respect. But when it came time for them to go, they got thanked and they got dispatched. And then their flesh kept us, you know, healthy. Well, there you go. Where are those wandering chickens when you need them? Really, hey? But somebody bought next door, and I have no idea what he's doing. It's a big secret. But there's been bulldozers in there, and I know they took like thousands and thousands of pounds of just garbage off the property. But I have no idea what's doing. I think he owns one of the local ski hills. And so I don't think it's going to be another ski hill because, well, weather is what it is. But wouldn't it be wonderful if he opened up a gun range? Because gunshots during the day won't bother me if I know there's a gun range next door. Hell, I'll join. You know? Hey, Nestor, how's it going? My stepdad used to raise rabbits for the pot. I ate it once in my life. They were so cuddly. Chickens are cuddly too. Goats are cuddly. Pigs! Well, pigs aren't so cuddly, but they certainly are wonderful personalities. I use our canned and dehydrated goods to make our dinners. Way less food waste, and I'm maintaining 10 pounds I got gone. Well, I'm maintaining mine too. Normally by now, I would have gained my 5 to 15 pounds of winter weight. Well, okay, maybe the first 5 or 10 pounds, and the last 5 would be while I'm struggling towards spring, right? But no, I haven't. And I think it's because I'm not eating much. Cause my bum hurts. Andrew, hi, darling. I used to enjoy your pigs. They were cute. Oh my God. I'm telling you. And the thing is I could never be a commercial farmer because I've seen the way like commercial pig farmers and stuff, they cut the tails off the pigs. Why? Have you ever noticed in those? And they're just milling around all stuck to each other kind of in a box with a concrete floor. And it's like they get and they dock their tails because in that kind of frustrating surrounding, they chew each other's tails off. in frustration. So, hey, Steven. Well, who needs junk food anyway? Junk food's supposed to be cheaper, right? But, so I mean, it's been this is going to be a really quiet Christmas because nobody's going to be here but me and Howie and Arthur, or me and Howie and Briar. And yeah, Arthur's on my mind. And oh, you know what I'm going to do? Just for fun. See this big box back here that Walmart so kindly gave me? Gracie, it's the box. No one's at the door. I'm going to wrap Briar's presents all individually. And then I'm going to put them in that big box and I'm going to wrap it too. And he loves that. He got a present from his grandmother once. And I think this year is the same. He got a present from his grandmother. And he opened it, and it was full of a bunch of tiny little, like, stocking stuffers all wrapped up. And he was in heaven. And this was like last year or the year before. Oh, I'm having Pukka's Ginseng Matcha Green. Awaken your senses with a zip of red ginseng and pure green matcha. How do you fix rabbit? They taste like chicken, a cross between chicken and turkey if you do them right. But they're basically chicken. And what you do, okay, especially if you want it for Christmas, is you open that cavity, just like you would a turkey, but they're cut down the center. You open that up and you pack it, by God, as full as you can with whatever stuffing you want. Now listen, rabbit is very lean and you don't get a lot of meat. So if you really want to be creative, make a stuffing out of sausage meat, diced onion, like saute some diced onions, some peppers, some celery, like just slightly sweat them so they get started, right? Mix that with sausage meat, because the cavity is actually very narrow and you're not going to get a lot of stuffing. If you do bread stuff, you can do bread stuffing on the side if you want, but you stuff that rabbit with meat and sew up the cavity with butcher string. And then lay slices of bacon. Cover that thing in bacon because they have no skin and the meat will be dry. So if you put sausage and vegetables on the inside and then bacon on the outside, it's one of the most succulent things. As a matter of fact, if I can get my hands on a rabbit, I'll make one for Christmas and I'll show you how I do it. Well, there you go, right? Hi, Raph. He's Canadian. Yay, Ron. Oh, Canada. That's awesome news, sweetheart. Well, you can put now if you don't want it, if you can't afford like to fill that rabbit, you get one tube of sausage, and then you do your vegetables and you put in a cup of breadcrumbs and make it like a meatloaf in the rabbit, except for you don't add an egg. PA Supermarché sells rabbit. Yeah, but they're $25 a pop. If I'm not going to pay $25 for a turkey, I'm not going to pay $25 for a rabbit. But I do know there's somebody on the highway going up around between, I think it's between Kaz and Gracefield, that actually sells Le Pen. So, any tips on getting yellowing out of sheer curtains? Are they, okay, they're sheer, so they're not cotton, right? Soak them. Okay, I'm going to start to sound like that guy with the Windex from My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Soak them in hot water. Okay, hot water, and put Dawn and vinegar in it. Why? Dawn has bluing in it. Okay, and so put, say, if you're going to put them in your bathtub or a sink or whatever, put in, what you would normally do, about 3 times as much as you would use to put in dishes. So if it's a sink, put in a tablespoon of Dawn and a half a cup of vinegar, and so hot as you can stand at water, and let them soak, and then see how that does. Fry it like chicken. Where, Granny? Did your quilt reach its destination? Yes, it did. My son Arthur phoned, who lives next door to his uncle Marty. Um, and Marty is Mikey's dad, and that's where they're having Christmas this year. So I mailed it care of Arthur because everyone knows Marty's had a stroke, but he's recovering really well. And I didn't want him dealing with delivery people if nobody was at his house with him, right? So I sent it care of my son, and it got there, and he took the brown paper off, and it's under Uncle Marty's tree waiting for Christmas morning. Not cotton, sheer white curtains. Okay, do what I said. Try hot water, Dawn and vinegar, and then rinse them in vinegar water. Like just like if, say, put them in a bathtub. If they're wide, put a half a bathtub of hot water. Put in a couple of cups of vinegar, and maybe some borax if you've got it. But make sure you add a blue laundry soap or Dawn especially, okay? Because once that's in, you get that all mixed in, then slowly lower your curtains in, and then just like hand wash, not wash, hand wash, okay? Because once you get a pull in one of those things, they're a pain in the butt. Well, there you go. I mean, just soak them in a tub with your favorite cleaning solution. I do not recommend bleach, especially if they're sheer, not cotton, right? Yes, the Dawn and vinegar is like hot sauce. I use it, same here. I wash my floors with it. I clean my bathtub, my toilet, my sink, my appliances. They all get washed down with Dawn and vinegar. And I keep, what I do? Now there's different strengths, okay? So I'm going to talk to you about Dawn and vinegar for a minute. If you buy the Dawn Platinum, okay, that's 4 times as strong as regular Dawn. And I happen to use Dawn and vinegar in my dishwasher. And it has overflowed with suds a couple of times because Howie didn't know how much to put in. So what I do is I take a 4-liter or a 1-gallon jar of white vinegar, and I take 1/4 to 1/3 of the vinegar out of it. And I put in a whole bottle of Dawn Platinum, a whole large bottle of Dawn Platinum. And that is plenty strong enough. And I throw a cup of that in half a cup of that in my dishwasher. I spray it in my bathroom. I squirt it in my toilet, my sinks, everything. But if you're using and I keep that jug under my kitchen sink because I go into the dishwasher because I ran out of Rinse Aid. Yeah, put it in a Dollar Tree spray bottle. Absolutely. But I ran out of, I don't know if I ran out or not. Saves the animals, plus a little goes a long way with dishes. Yep. It's all I use. It's all I use. Like I said, I wash my floors with it. I'll soak my dish rags in it if they gotten a little bit funky. Like if Howie's dropped a dish rag in the sink and it's in a bowl of water or something and it's sat there overnight, it's funky. I will wring it out and I will put some of my Dawn vinegar in the bowl and I'll just let it soak for a while. Yeah, like the Costco size, the jug, the vinegar jugs, the kind you buy for canning. 1 gallon of vinegar. Oh, well, thank you. I like it. It's one of my Christmas shirts. It's got snowflakes on it. Well, yeah. And I mean, the big thing was you used to have to heat the vinegar and everything. Now, if you really want a powerhouse clean, like for your tub or whatever, you can heat up a cup of vinegar and a half a cup of regular Dawn and put it in a spray bottle. But I do it all wet, all cold, and it works just as well. White vinegar. You can use any vinegar, but white vinegar is the best. Hey, Della Smalley, Merry Christmas. How's it going? Oh, right. So what were the measurements with the gallon? Okay. If you're going, oh, this is only if you're going to put a splash of it in your dishwasher. And by the way, folks, I ran out of dishwasher rinse aid. I put vinegar in the rinse aid thing. It does just as good. And the vinegar helps keep your dishwasher clean. So if you're gonna just use it for household cleaning, not your dishwasher, then half a jug of vinegar to 2/3 of a jug of vinegar and 1 large bottle of Dawn Platinum. If you're using just Dawn Ultra, then it's a half a jug of vinegar and 2 bottles of Dawn Ultra. Okay? That's the only difference. If you're going to use it for spraying down things and wiping them off and ever, it's 2/3 of a bottle of a jug, a gallon jug, and 1 full bottle of Dawn Ultra. Someone put a handful of vanilla beans in a jug of vodka. So brilliant! I don't know why I haven't thought of that. That's how actually that is how real vanilla is made. I've done it with glycerin because I don't do alcohol. But I remember when we bought this one china cabinet, my cousin Kathy was here visiting, and we bought the one china cabinet, and there was an airline bottle of alcohol in it, like vodka. And I went, oh, look at that. And she said, what are you going to do with that? And I grabbed one of them little mini ones, and I grabbed a vanilla bean pod, and I shoved it in the bottle, put the lid back on, shook it up, and said, you use that for vanilla in a couple of weeks or in a month or so. It's a bit choppy. Well, let me just check. Okay, if I cut out, I'll be right back. Is that any better? Because we just went a long time without power and I couldn't. Oh, no, I used Wi-Fi. But I would use my data once the generator was shut off at night. Oh, I love ground bison. I love bison burger. I always pour a small jar, if not the whole bottle. My mind doesn't think that way. So brilliant and so much less work. Yeah, exactly. We put vanilla bean into 2 pounds of sugar for flavoring, just 2 tablespoons. Am I back or am I still choppy? Because if I'm choppy, I'm going to have to completely shut down and start this live up again. It's better? Okay. The Dawn for the oven didn't work as well, but you know what I think I would do is I would coat that bloody oven with spray Dawn, then cover it with baking soda and spray more Dawn. I got to open my window. I'm really, really hot. Yeah, it's supposed to get up to like 10 degrees, and I don't mean Fahrenheit, I mean Celsius, and rain on Thursday. Better but slightly delayed speech. All right, guys. I'm going to shut this down completely, and we're going to come back in, okay? So watch for the next live, all right? Just stay on Life with the Wolfies and watch for the next live, okay?